G'day guys, Josh here. Welcome to another Lacking Financial Education, and this episode is going to be pretty dry, okay? Because it's going to be about why we have regulations, and I guess we can use some modern examples as well of why we have regulations against certain things, so people don't do certain things in the market. Now, some people may obviously these regulations and the regulators can come under fire quite a bit. I mean, one example is obviously the good old I forgot the good old gaming company that people have pump and dumped Game Shop, obviously, where people were basically pumping the stock up to make sure a hedge fund lost money, basically, and stuff like that. And we'll see why that they need regulations in the first place in doing so. Now, I gotta say, regulations overall, what they are entitled to do, or what they intend to do, is to make sure that everyone has an equal and fair playing field when dealing in financial products, okay? So that, people aren't allowed to spread false rumors or do any misleading, deceptive conduct. They're not allowed to do, obviously deceptive tactics where they bait and switch and also, pump rumor charge as well. They're not allowed to do that without facing significant fines, compromise the integrity of the market in the first place, because at the end of the day, the market is basically human psychology, and if the human psychology can't be trusted, then there's not a market, and basically pretty much everyone's out for their own, essentially. So the market is actually a key component of the human lifestyle. Now, the reason why I have regulations and why a lot of people are discovering right now, especially in the crypto space, of why regulations are there in the first place, they're just discovering that now, where a lot of these con men are basically scamming people for money. Now, let's get on to an example of this. Okay, let's get to an example of a said con man in particular, and we go to Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried, basically with FTX, even from the Guardian article here as well, even though it says more than 1 month old, as I may say here as well, he's been basically accused of a lot of illegal political donations. He's also being stolen money from the FTX as well to fund these political donations. And also, as well, based a lot of insider trading as well, because the research group as well also owned by FTX was saying that FTX was still, still afloat and still profitable, despite the fact that it was owned, like the agency was trying to be independent, but owned by FTX. And this is one example of why there are regulations. So the regulations are designed to keep the market fair and making sure that the companies are disclosing everything. So, for example, if FTX was on a market, their research arm would be forced to disclose that they are owned by FTX, okay? And also at the same time, FTX would have to publish information on the market. Let's take, for example, the ASX. The ASX requires you to provide a quarterly report at least, or an annual report by September to the market so everyone can read it and stuff like that as well. And anytime a director trades shares or moves money, they have to alert the market as well. And if they issue new shares, they have to alert the market. And if there's any big change in their prices, they have to disclose what they feel these prices could be increasing could be. If they don't disclose it and don't react to it, then it could be seen as a breach. So basically, it's designed to stop rumor charge and stuff like that as well. And also, when they're trying to stop rumor charge, you have to be saying the truth. If they say like, "Oh, we don't know," but know damn well that they've been saying that the stock is going to go to the moon, that's also a breach as well, kind of thing. Or that the stock is going to basically go bankrupt, kind of thing. And also, as well, there's also extra ones as well, like a company can't trade insolvent. If you do not have enough funds, like liquidity, you have to announce it right away. Otherwise, it's illegal if you are trading insolvent. So a lot of these laws and stuff are in place is because people used to con these sorts of ideas all the time, where they knew they were bankrupt, but were getting extra revenue in to try to offset some of these debts and also try to get a bit of extra money into the pocket. So that's what they're trying to do. Now, for this one in particular, this is talking about insider trading. This is what you call pump and dump, rumor charge, and using it for all personal purposes. Using investors' money for personal purposes is also illegal as well when you're, meant to be a big bank and stuff like that. It's absolutely disgusting, and this is the sort of behavior of why all of this was regulated in the first place, and these people who are going into the crypto market don't know this, and this is basically what's happened here as well. Now, also, there's unlicensed money transfer business, which, there's a reason why you need to have that. As you can see here, that the reporting for FTX is really, really bad as well. That basically there was very little evidence to go off that this was occurring, okay? that the auditors went in there and they're just like, there's no documentation anywhere, compared to a ASX listed share or a listed share in general, where you have to give you the ledger, they have to present the accounts, they have to present the sub accounts, they have to present, basically an outlook or a forecast. FTX didn't even have that. Okay, there's a reason why there's this regulations and stuff like that. The companies have to disclose that. Otherwise, you get people who are putting up paper tigers who are not even profitable at all, trying to basically grab people's money and funnel it out before they get announced as bankrupt, basically. And also, not to mention, it was like disguised as the Wonder Kid as well. And also, as well, with the amount of research, that's the company that I was talking about. That's owned by FTX, okay? But it was never disclosed because it's not listed. So that's how scary it is, basically, as well. And that's fraud. And this is why we have these regulations in place, okay? To not have like one company saying, oh, it's the best company ever, but secretly that company's owned by the company that's saying it's the best company ever. That conflict of interest and stuff like that. Now, to go to the next one, Celsius, okay? Celsius, okay? Remember this guy? Banks are not your friends? This guy? Well, turns out he's not your friend either, okay? He's pretty messed up as well, basically, as well, where he defrauded a lot of people on having unrealistic returns. So this is basically the get-rich-quick scheme people, okay? So a lot of people promote, you get 20% returns on my product in a year. Too good to be true scam artists, okay? This is why regulations are needed as well. But when you provide something that you're going to earn this much, you have to provide an actual forecast and why you're going to earn that much in the market. You can't do this. You can't be 30% returns, whatever, unless you're running an illegal business, which we know it's legal. As soon as they get caught up in it, they're gone. And this sort of stuff, as you can kind of see here, basically hyping up a product without any actual hype behind it is legal. And this would have been smashed in the head right away when a single investigator regulator would be like, well, how are you going to generate all this money? When it gets up to actual scrutiny of it as well. And then people wouldn't go into it. So that's pretty much it as well, okay? And also as well, 1 billion capital, crypto gospel. So I can tell you guys right now, charismatic people can take advantage of the market. This is why regulations exist in the first place, to stop these people from manipulating people. Okay? So you can see here, the regulations have to come in here as well. And it's just absolutely crazy. Last but not least is also the influencer scam. This is why regulations are here for the influencer as well, is Save the Kids token. You may notice other ones as well with FTX, with, basically the people who were involved in promoting it also being sued as well, which is understandable. If you also promote a product, you're also just as liable, okay? There's schemes for promoters that if you're promoting a scheme that's promising unrealistic returns, you also get caught into it as well. So this is why regulation is needed and why regulation is necessary, is because you have these people who do these pump and dump schemes who use their influence to get people to get into horrible investments. Also talk about Binance, they're also going for a bit of pickle as well, and also they have insider trading issues too. So you notice it's this scheme that everyone's a goddamn insider trader in the crypto market space, okay? They're all in it to get a bag and get out. And this is the thing, okay? This is why people have regulation, okay? Is that there are people out there who are just in there to get the bag and get out, okay? They don't care about you. They don't actually invest in any product. They don't have a business behind it. All they care about is getting your money in a bag and getting out, okay? So you can tell that those people from a, company perspective like BHP who mine and stuff like that, compared to fake company limited where basically give me $50 and that $50 can come $60 suddenly out of nowhere, which I quote unquote, FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, literally said, wouldn't it be awesome if you put $50 in a box and $60 came out? That's literally a description of a fucking Ponzi scheme, okay? It just magically turns to the $60, okay? No business or anything like that, just transforms, okay? Magic. But with this guy, with Save the Kids, Save the Kids was promoted pretending to be a charity, but it was actually a pump and dump scheme, which is heavily illegal, okay? As you can see that as well. Basically, they misleading and deceptive conduct to make your price higher, and then they all sell out. And basically, other people holding the bag on false promises, basically, as well. Pretty much what happened was that they were believing a charity token to help kids. None of it actually went to the kids in the end. That's a lie. And basically, what happened is that the anti-whaling mechanism was actually not working, so pretty much people could sell at at any time. It was also tweaked so people could sell all of their stuff, and then you had Rice Gum. Uh, you had all these people promoting it. Obviously people got obviously there's an investigation to it by CoffeeZilla, which is not even a regulator, and basically FaZe Clan fired a bunch of people as well. But just to put it all short before I go here as well, this is why regulation is needed. So if you're wondering why there's regulation in these markets and you don't know why in particular, it's to stop these scumbags literally selling the world to you when they have no proof that they can actually produce the world for you. It actually puts a lot of a lot of pressure on these companies to be like, hey, it's also a good thing for these companies as well to say, hey, this is our business plan. This is what we're going to be doing. This is what we've earned. This is how we've earned it, and essentially going through a bit by bit of their business plan, how their business has performed, what they are looking at, and what they're looking to do in the future. Okay. That's why this regulation is necessary, because you want full disclosure of what you're investing into before you invest into it. Compared to these crypto schemes of no regulation, where you're just hoping you're investing for hopes and dreams, basically. Okay. Now, also a side comment as well. This is differentiates crypto investing compared to actual investing. Is that you know what you're getting into with actual investing. You have no idea what you're getting into with crypto investing, just other than a man's word. You got bulk of regulations telling the company to have to disclose everything. But in crypto, you have none of that. And you can tell from the crypto space where people are worried being scammed and stuff like that, where 99% of things could be a scam, compared to the actual space where most of these businesses aren't scams, okay? They're running actual legitimate businesses. It's just whether they're performing or not. And that's a key difference as well. And this is why we have regulation, where you're not worried about the thing here being a scam or not. You're worrying whether it performs and can actually do its business plan as intended, okay? Not worried if they're going to steal your money the next day. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed that, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Peace out. Bye.